Hello, hello. This is Scoops Lane coming to you live here from the Daily Scoop. It has been a while since I've recorded live here. It's actually the first one in 2017 and the first one I've recorded in quite some time. So I'm excited to be back on the air and have my little Daily Scoop studio set up. So welcome back to the couple of thousand Daily Scoop followers, I'll call you. And as you know, you can find me on Facebook, Annie Lane, and then I've got a separate page, Daily Scoop page, so you can look at some videos there. So for all of my Scoop listeners, welcome back. And then to anybody who's new, welcome. And may everyone who's entering here the Daily Scoop for the first time as guests, I hope you'll leave as friends, and I hope you'll come back and listen to more Daily Scoops. What we're about here is raising awareness and taking action when we see violence against women or children or other men, and better known as domestic violence. Okay, so we're here to raise awareness and educate people on this topic. And I come to you, not with big letters after my name, and, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I offer my own personal experiences. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I'm also a survivor of sexual assault. And I'm way past all of my healing and have rebuilt my life and have been with my soulmate and the love of my life, Jim Lane, for 20-some years. So I talk about it. So I bring my own personal experiences to the Daily Scoop, and then I also share stories because I'm an advocate and I'm an activist. So over the years since I have spoken publicly about it, many men, women, and children and teens have shared their own personal stories with me, and I certainly don't break any confidences, but I'm able to at least share experiences. I've also worked on the other side of the aisle, we'll say, and I've worked with batterers as well, and I've also had a lot of men tell me their own personal stories after I have spoken to a big room, and then they share. So believe me, this is an epidemic. It happens all around us in subtle and in obvious ways, and every single person on this planet can do something to help stop it, intervene, or prevent it. So we talk about that. The Daily Scoop part of it is ice cream, and the reason why we raise awareness through this topic is because we try, and ice cream is because we try to make it a little bit more palatable of a conversation. So I have workshops, and I do like a 1-hour presentation or something, and then we have homemade gourmet ice cream, and that's usually free at the workshops. But we're also raising awareness and funds through the Daily Scoop. So we all know you can't buy happiness, right? But you can buy ice cream, and that's kind of like the same thing. So anyways, we're raising awareness about domestic violence, and I hope you'll tune in. And today what I wanted to do is just share some really exciting news, because there's a lot of stuff in the news lately about this topic, and I want to let you know that I did something really cool on January 21st. I went to the Women's March on Washington, and I went on a Rochester Rally bus, as you can see the sign that is in front of you, and I went with 5 other people. My niece Leah was my bus buddy, but then we went with 4 other women, and we were the Inseparable Six. We had a great time. It was very peaceful. We didn't see one fight, not one protester protesting us. no arrests, and boy, we were in the densest of dense crowds. The last number I heard was upwards of 700,000 people there that day. So that's a really cool, epic thing that I did, and it's just so connected to this work that I do and we do in our community to eradicate this scourge, and violence against women and children and men. So, anyways, it was a cool thing that I did. And one of the most inspiring stories I heard that day, I want to share with you. And it's less than 5 minutes, but it was just a really powerful day and just a really cool thing that set off January 2017 here. And we've got so much more work to do. It was just the kickstart to much, much more to come. But I want... if you want to just, this is my daily scoop for today, is that I'm sharing one of the most inspirational talks that I heard from the day of the Women's March, and it is by Cher. So I'm going to share with you Cher's awesome talk, okay? And it's less than 5 minutes, so without further ado, I'm going to do that. And then we'll be back, and I'll read maybe a couple of stories off of the quilt today, the Harmony quilt, that if you tuned in before to the Daily Scoop, you know all about that. So again, if this is the first time you're listening, we're the Daily Scoop. I'm Annie Scoops Lane, and you can go on my Facebook page or just search on YouTube, Daily Scoop, and listen to some previous scoops if you want to catch up. Or just start from today, and thanks for tuning in. And I hope you enjoy Cher's talk here.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you. I want to introduce myself. I'm an elitist libtard. I'm an elitist libtard whose grandmother picked cotton, whose mother sang on bars when she was 8 years old during the Depression, and I myself, at some point, I want to tell you who I am so I can tell you what I believe. I have been accused by these people of being so many things, but I understand how the people were so desperate to pick this man, this unbelievable narcissist who could change the face of our world if we let him. And the only thing that will save us is you. The only thing that can save us is you. I mean, I'm not a revver. People have already been up that are revving you up, right? I just want to tell you, I have lived through, I'm 70 years old, I've lived through 12 presidents. And never once did I dream that there would be one through arrogance and ignorance who could change our world, who could change the face of our world. And so I know that, when I was young, Vietnam was happening, and nothing happened to stop it until we got into the streets. And I know you can stop this. I know you can stop this, because the power of the people is bigger than those assholes that are there in Washington. I try not to have a potty mouth, but it's just me, okay? So you must never give up, because the thing that will help us, that will get us through this, is anger, because otherwise we'll be in sadness and depression. I was there the night with her when we lost, and I gave up, and I came upstairs, and I took a shower, and I took my makeup off, and then someone said, there are thousands of people marching down the street. So I went down with none of my fabulous Cher-ness, and I got caught up, and it took me out of my depression, it took me out of my sadness, and I thought, look, these people have come now. It's happening now. We can change this now. So you can change this. I promise you, you can change this. And now it's my great honor and my great privilege to introduce to you someone that I respect, and that I just feel he is the one that is making us have the strength to come out here and do this. Mr. Michael Moore.
Okay, yeah, so I don't know, I could just really relate to Cher's talk. I wanted to share that, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and thanks for tuning in.